Hello there. Quality is on the air, and today we're going to speak about International Software Testing Qualifications Board as organization. So let's go. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Eugene Semenyuk. I'm a software testing manager with more than 9 years in a software testing. I'm an expert in software testing, especially in functional testing and test automation. I had tons of different projects with various technologies. Some of you may know me as a QA evangelist and author of Crash Test Project. So I really love this industry, and I'm trying to promote it using all available resources. By the way, I am a ISTQB certified tester and test manager. So today we will speak mostly about this topic. And before we go next, I'd like to make a little disclaimer. Yeah, I'm ISTQB certified, but I'm not connected with this organization. I'm not a partner. I'm not a member of some local board, and so on. I'm an independent person who would like to give you honest overview of this organization. And I hope today you will learn something new about our industry. Okay, let's start. Our agenda for today. First of all, we will find out what is ISTQB and then how it works. We will learn a little bit about how to pass an exam, then how to contribute to this organization, and finally, I'm gonna do some conclusions. And let's start from the first point. But before that, let's do some interactivity. I prepared a small question and just try to answer it. So, what is a smoke test? Is it test type, test level, test suite, or test technique? Just send your answer in the chat and don't hesitate. I believe we will have at least few answers to proceed next. Let me check the chat. Test suite, test technique, test type, test level. Yeah, we see really various answers, but I see the correct answer. Yeah. Okay, let's reveal the correct answer. The correct answer is test suite. Smoke test is a test suite that covers the main functionality. I saw some familiar faces and names in the chat. My students, subscribers, or guys who familiar with ISTQB might answer correctly. Yeah, actually, smoke test, it is a suite according with international standards. This example shows us that our testing community still have some issues in a basic terminology. And that's why we gather here. And today, I'm gonna propose you the United Testing Language based on international standards and best practice. So let me introduce ISTQB. ISTQB, it is International Software Testing Qualification Board. It is the leading global certification scheme in the field of software testing. In simple word, it is the current standard in software testing qualification. First certification program was released in 1998, and the first batch of software testers, certified software testers, were in the same year. Yeah. And to understand the purpose of this organization, let's find out their mission or missions. So, yeah, they have a lot of points in the missions, but I'd like to highlight the most important from my point of view. So, the first point, it is promotion the values of software testing. The next, help software testers to be more efficient and effective in their work. Continually advance the testing body of knowledge by drawing on the best available industry practices and the most innovative research. Committed to expanding software testing certification around the world, and develop an open international community committed to sharing knowledge, ideas, and innovations in software testing. So, I think now the goals and mission became clear. And let's look at the organization structure to find out how it works. ISTQB is an independent, democratic, non-profit association ruled by a constitution. So ISTQB is a kind of system of member boards, exam providers, training providers working together to deliver the ISTQB certified tester scheme. Member boards act in their local communities, usually in some countries, as direct contacts to professionals and organizations interested in the ISTQB scheme. They translate materials into local languages, accredit training providers, and perform exams directly or through some exam providers. Through the member boards, there is international harmonization across the world and assurance of mutual recognition of certificates. Here we can see training providers. Accredited training providers create course materials in alignment with ISTQB syllabi and deliver training courses. The main decision maker for the ISTQB is the General Assembly, where each member board is represented. This General Assembly elects the Executive Committee and the chairs of the working groups. The Executive Committee is responsible for ensuring that all decisions made by the General Assembly are implemented and that ISTQB is operating in the line with the mission and vision, and importantly, complying with its responsibilities as a non-profit association. Here you can see working groups. Yeah, it's not presented on this slide, unfortunately. Working groups are responsible for the cooperative design of syllabus, exam rules, processes, and so on. They ensure the development and the spread of the knowledge according to the most up-to-date needs of the profession. Each working group is composed of volunteers from different member boards around the world and is led by a chair and a vice chair. So I believe now you understand better how it works. So now let's talk a little bit about numbers. So here you can see some numbers. There are over 1 million exams, over 800,000 certificates, over 130 countries involved in the ISTQB processes. There are 11 working groups that are working on some programs and processes. There are 23 certification programs. We will talk about them a little bit later. There are 67 member boards across the whole world, and there are 342 2 training providers. Okay, I suppose the numbers are really impressive. Okay, we can highlight 2 main outcomes of ISTQB certification, of ISTQB organization, sorry. It is certification and body of knowledge. Certification is presented in a form of test or exam, and it is based it is based on body of knowledge. So body of knowledge consists of 2 parts. It is ISTQB glossary and syllabus. ISTQB glossary is a comprehensive collection of terms and definitions related to software testing. So you can find almost any term in this glossary. ISTQB syllabuses provide a detailed breakdowns of the topics covered for the specific level and programs. So let's look at the streams and programs. So here is the ISTQB certified tester scheme. Here you can see 3 levels: foundation, advanced, and expert levels. And there are 3 streams: core, agile, and specialist. The core stream modules are valid for any technology, methodology, application domain, and build on the foundation, advanced, and expert levels. The agile stream focused on the testing practices, especially for the agile methodology and philosophy. The specialist stream provide a deep dive into the areas which may be based on quality characteristics, especially non-functional quality characteristics, such as security testing, performance testing, some other things such as AI testing, test automation, and so on. So let's take a look at some interesting programs. And first of all, we will start from the foundation level. Yeah, because as you can see on the picture, first of all, you need to get this certification. I mean, certified tester at the foundation level. So then you can move to advanced level of core branch or foundation level at agile stream, or any program at the specialist stream. So, okay, let's start from the certified tester foundation level. This certification is the basis of essential testing knowledge that can be applied to real-world scenarios. Here you can see the topics that covered in the syllabus. Make sure that it is a completely new version that just released. It is version number 4. Yeah, it consists of testing fundamentals, testing through the software development lifecycle, static testing, test analysis and design, managing the test activities, and test tools. Unfortunately, we don't have much time to compare previous version with the current one, but the main points are the following. I mean, the main changes. In the new syllabus, the focus is on agile and DevOps mindsets. Attention on the test automation processes. And ISTQB added a new section of risk management. So, speaking about exam structure, it consists of 40 single choice questions, and you have 60 minutes for native speakers and 75 minutes for non-native speakers. Pass rate is 65%. And if you think that this certification is uh, theoretical only, you might be right, because it is foundation. And if you like more practice-oriented questions and information, it is better to move to the advanced section. So let's do it. Let's speak a little bit about test analyst certification at advanced level of course 3. This certification provides the skills needed to perform structured and thorough software testing across software development lifecycle. This certification will be useful for you if you would like to be functional test designer, functional test analyst, or a functional lead software testing engineer. It goes into detail about test analyst role and responsibilities in every step of a standard test processes and expands on important test techniques. So, and during the exam, you will have 40 questions and 60 minutes for native speakers and 75 minutes for non-native speakers. But some questions can be with multi-choice. And basically, you will have some case, practice-oriented case that you need to resolve. And I believe that all advanced models are based on this approach. So you will have some case, and you should, for example, in test analyst, apply some test technique to get the more effective result. Okay, let's move to the technical test analyst. So this certification provides a thorough introduction to the technical testing skills, which are fundamental in many organizations today. This certification will be useful for you if you would like to be a non-functional test designer or non-functional lead testing engineer. So these skills include risk-based testing, white box testing, static and dynamic analysis, non-functional testing, such as performance testing, portability, security, and have some different approaches. And of course, test automation. So exam structure: 45 questions, 120 minutes for native speakers, and 150 minutes for non-native speakers. And some questions can be with multi-choice. Okay, let's move next. And here is my favorite one. ISTQB, Certified Test Manager, advanced level. This certification provides the knowledge and competencies to take responsibility for managing all the testing activities across the software development lifecycle. It covers everything from how to design a suitable test approach for the project based on the organizational test strategy, to building a test team or testing competencies to complete the necessary testing and fulfill their goals. So, exam structure: 65 questions, 180 minutes for native speakers, and 225 minutes for non-native speakers. And some questions can be with multi-select as well as previous advanced models. And I really like this certification because I I found a lot of interesting questions. So there are a lot of uh, various and interesting cases, test management cases. So I think um, so. No, not think. I highly recommend you to read syllabus and try mock exam for this model. Okay, we finished with core stream advanced level, and now I'd like to highlight some interesting models in some other streams. And let's start from Agile stream. So here you can see foundation level Agile tester. So this certification provides the key testing skills necessary to successfully contribute to an Agile project. It covers Agile testing in alignment with the principles of Agile software development, according with Agile Manifesto, of course. A tester on Agile project will work differently than comparing with working on a traditional project. Testers must understand the values and principles of Agile projects and how testers can work as a part of the whole team approach together with the developers and business representatives. So, and the rules for these exam are the same as for foundation level in a core stream. So here we can see Agile software development model, fundamental Agile testing principles, and Agile testing methods, techniques, and tools. In addition, we can speak a little bit about advanced level in Agile stream. So here you can see Agile technical tester. So this certification provides a thorough introduction to the technical testing skills which are fundamental in organizations using an Agile development approach. These skills include testing and Agile techniques, test automation approaches, and continuous deployment and delivery. The rules are the same as for foundation level in core stream, but the time is increased to 90 minutes for native speakers. Okay, and the most interesting for me in specialist stream is test automation engineer. So this certification focused on the design, development, and maintenance of test automation solutions. It also covers the concepts, methods, tools, and processes for automating dynamic functional tests and the relationship of those tests to test management, configuration management, defect management, and other tools. So here you can see various models, and the number of questions 40, and we have 90 minutes for native speakers. Okay, let's finish with models and programs. What is the basis for ISTQB outcomes? So the basis for ISTQB body of knowledge is standards of our industry. There are ISO standards, research, and best practices connected with the international software testing communities. So that's why we can trust. Here you can see standards for the industry. There are two main standards, and you can find more software development and quality standards using this link. And that's why we can trust ISTQB again because they are using these standards. Okay, what about exams? Let's quickly go through the information about the exams. Registration. So you can register using some exams providers. I can highly recommend you Turkish member board and their exam providers because they have really cheap price for online exams. Costs. Costs depend on certification, so depend on model, stream, and so on, and of course depend of exam providers. So, for example, in Europe, it is about 140 euros for certified tester foundation level exam. In some other countries, it can be lower. In some other countries, it can be higher. Yeah, exam length depends on certification. Yeah, and I guess we spoke about it. So types of question. It can be single choice question at foundation level and multiple choice questions at advanced level. Passing score for all exams is 65%. We have two forms of exams. Basically, yeah, two forms. Offline and online. And exam results are available right after the exam. So you can take offline exam at the class of some local member board, or you can take online exam. So, and I prepared some information for online exam. So what do you need for this type of exam? You need desktop or laptop with a webcam and a microphone. You should have a Google Chrome browser, and you should have some document, passport, or some, for example, driver license. So you should show it to the exam representatives. And sometimes it needs to set up an additional camera. So you're using some tablet or smartphone with camera. So, but exam provider will let you know about it. So in some cases, it doesn't need. In some cases, they require this additional camera. And of course, you should have stable internet. Speaking about cameras, so if you need to set up two cameras, they should be set up in the following way. So the first camera is in front of you, and the second camera is from the other side. Okay, what is forbidden during the online exam? Usage of some additional devices, of course, headphones, talk with somebody except examiner, make notes on a paper. So you will have some online notes when you can do some notes about some questions and so on. It is forbidden to take a break, and you cannot use books, notes, or some other materials. And basically, that's it. Let's speak about preparation, how to be prepared for an exam. So, I don't have a silver bullet, so it is really it is really how to say not easy, but oh, I forgot. Okay, let's skip it. So first of all, let's first of all, you need to read ISTQB body of knowledge. Read the required syllabus and make sure that you understand every term in this syllabus. And glossary can help you to reveal unclear terms. You can find the recommended literature in the end of the required syllabus. And I highly recommend to find this literature and read it, because there are a lot of useful books at the end of the syllabus. You can pass some trainings. You can find these trainings on some educational platforms such as Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, and so on. Or you can try to find some free courses, video recordings on YouTube. And I highly recommend you to use mock exams. So you can pass the official mock exams from ISTQB resources. In addition, you can find non-official mock exams on internet or mobile apps, but be careful. They can be outdated. Okay, speaking about trainings, they can be different. You can easily find free videos on YouTube, or you can buy some courses for a reasonable price. For example, this course from Udemy, about $10. But sometimes the price can be mind-blowing, more than $1,000. Oh, oh my God. But speaking about the quality of trainings, if you would like to take high quality course with up-to-date materials approved by ISTQB member boards, it is highly recommended to find accredited training provider with a following logo, mark, and so on. In other cases, there are no guarantees that materials are completely suitable. Okay, let's speak a little bit about how to contribute to this organization. There are various options to contribute, and let's find out. If you are a company, so you can become ISTQB partner. There are different levels of these partnerships, and you will get some benefits such as partner logo, discounts, better versions of new syllabus and programs, and so on. But you should pay for it. For me, it is not so interesting. So let's move on next. If you are course author, you can become an accredited training provider. ISTQB will review your program and add you to the training provider list. You will be able to use the logos, and people will know that you are accredited and approved by ISTQB member boards. But it costs some money too. In my country, it is about 1,500 euros per year. Crazy figures. Yeah. So yeah, that's why it is sometimes hard to get this logo because yeah, it costs some money. For event organizers. So here is conference networks, and conference network organizers are able to publish details of their events and have the additional benefits of ISTQB promotion in social media and authorization to use the official ISTQB conference network logo. And you can reach out your local member board to join your event to this conference network. To find a local member board, you can navigate to ISTQB.org, and I believe here is some option to find member boards, and you can just type your country and see your local member board and their contacts. Let's move on. So you can contribute to ISTQB. ISTQB is an open international organization, and it relies on the contribution from its volunteer community and welcomes new software testing professionals to be a part of global community. You can contribute to the development of ISTQB syllabi or processes, but you need to be a member of some local member board. Member boards determine the par- the partition of some of their members in the ISTQB working groups. So you can find contacts of your local member groups at the ISTQB site, and you can discuss with them possibility to contribute. And here is some another options to contribute. You can participate in academic research. So you will be able to explore various types of research, addressing different topics in the software testing world. But unfortunately, for now, there are no active research. But maybe in future we will have some active research and you can apply. Moreover, if you would like to open your exam center, so you can do it. So you can open even member board if ISTQB is not presented in your country. So you should create some business plan, send it to ISTQB General Assembly, and they will discuss with you options to create a member board in your country. So you can contact ISTQB to learn more about these options. Okay, let's move on to the positive and negative points of ISTQB certifications. Let's start from negative points. The first negative point is money. Yeah, certification costs some money. Higher your certification, higher price for it. Yeah. For example, in my country, foundation level is about 140 euros, and advanced level is about 150 euros, as I remember. Yeah. So yeah, it sounds like throwing your money away. That's why you should clearly understand why you need certification to not lose your money. The next negative point, from my point of view, it is that certification um, doesn't have expiration date. So you could got certification 10 years ago. A lot of things changed in this date, and you probably work in some another area, but you are still ISTQB certified specialist. From my point of view, it is better to have expiration date, and after this date, you can retake your exam with some huge discount to prove that your knowledge is still actual. Because yeah, syllabuses, especially for foundation level, so they update the syllabus, as I remember, each 5 years. Yeah, so it is better to refresh your knowledge to be on the same line with other certified engineers. Okay, let's move on. If you pass certification just to get certificate, I have bad news for you. It is useful. Not useful, sorry. It is useless. Highly likely you will forget the knowledge you got during preparation. So that's why you should clearly understand why you need it. Again, yeah. And some certifications are outdated. For example, my favorite test management advanced level. The latest version was released in 2012, and it wasn't changed since the date. But a lot of things changed. ISO standards, new versions of foundation syllabus. So you should be careful because exam for test management manager uh, will be according to the test manager syllabus. You should keep in mind that there are some differences in terminology and processes right now comparing with foundation level. And foundation level is more actual right now, yeah. And I hope that ISTQB will resolve uh, the issues with outdated programs very soon. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the positive points. ISTQB body of knowledge can help you systematize your knowledge. Certification proves that you understand everything correctly. So, my personal recommendation, if you don't like to pay money, just read syllabuses and recommended literature and try to pass a mock test. It can really help you to improve your skills. Guarantee. The next positive point is ability to use one the same language of terms of terminology. Different companies are using different terms, and it is real pain for all testers. Even within one organization, it can happen. Greetings to guys from assessments committees from my company who ask about testing types and expect exploratory testing and integration testing. So in these cases, I propose to answer mm, something like that. So I used functional graphic user interface, usability, compatibility, performance testing types on component, integration, and system levels using some requirement based, structure based, and experience based techniques. So you will be in a safe place if you will answer like this. Yeah. And probably they will ask some additional questions, but never mind. Okay. Um, ISTQB allows us to use one united language of terms that help us to work in a more effective way. So please read glossary and stay on the right side with us. Uh, the next positive point, sometimes it can be required by customer. Yeah, I had such experience. So it is really uh, nice to have the certificate. And if you will face with a situation when this certificate is required, so you don't need to rush to get certification to apply to your job because you already have certification. Yeah. And the last but not least, uh, certification can give you a sense of self-importance. Yeah. Okay. Let's make some conclusions. First of all, we should admit ISTQB body of knowledge, especially glossary and certified tester foundation level syllabus. I highly recommend to read them. to be on the same line with thousands of professionals. Yeah. Then you may think about certification. If you find the reason why you need it, you can get it. For example, I know that certification will help me to enhance and prove my skills. If you don't know why you need it, it is better to save your money. As I said before, certification can prove your knowledge and it help you in your professional growth. For example, you set a goal to become test automation engineer. You can find the following certification, learn the materials, pass the certification to prove your knowledge and skills, and voila, you are ready to start work as a test automation engineer. At least from junior level, yeah. And finally, you are actually making the industry better by getting a certification and contribution to ISTQB. Yeah, certification costs some money, as well as some options to contribute. But think of it as an investigation in our industry. Better for the industry, better for you. And I believe that's it for today. Thanks for coming and watching. And we are ready to answer your questions. But before questions, I'd like to recommend you to join our channels. So Pro Quality and Crash Test. So I'm producing free courses and free content connected with testing. But unfortunately, Crash Test is Crash Test has content only in Russian language right now. But probably in the future, I will do more content in English. And also, I'd like to ask you to fill in a feedback form. So I'll send it in the chat. And okay, we can proceed to the questions. Boom, boom, boom. Let me open the YouTube. As I see, for now we don't have questions in the on YouTube, but we have some questions on community page. So okay, let's read them. What should I? Okay. Do we have any courses at EPAM or other platforms where I can prepare to the certification? Unfortunately, at EPAM, we don't have any internal courses, but I would like to work on it and prepare some courses to get ISTQB foundation level certification. But we have options to get LinkedIn course, and I suppose on LinkedIn Learn we have some course about foundation level, so you can try it. But as I remember, that course has materials connected with the previous version of foundation level 3.1. Yeah, but you can find some videos on YouTube. There are a lot of great guys who produce some videos, and you can find courses on Udemy, or you can try to find courses using istqb.org and find training providers. Okay. The next question: will EPAM pay for the certificate if I will pass exam and get it? As I remember, yeah, we have this opportunity, but it's better. But it is better to connect with your resource manager and discuss this opportunity. Is this certification recognized and taken into account within the company or by clients when choosing candidates for a project? Um, it is depends. It depends on a person who conduct the interview, who selects uh, the the candidate. Um, if I will be some delivery manager, and so I will take into account the certificate. Yeah, but some companies recognize and require this certificate at least foundation level. So yeah, I can say that this certification is recognized worldwide. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. What value certification bring to EPAM and certificate owner? So for company, uh, of course, from my point of view, I think for company, it is really good point for promotion when you have a lot of guys who are certified. Yeah, I believe. For certificate owner, um, I suppose it depends on person. For example, for me, the main value is that I proved my knowledge and my skills in some areas. And of course, regarding certification, I found out the gaps that I have because, yeah, I had some gaps and I resolved them. Mhm. Is there any mentoring programs to prepare for official certificates as we have for AWS and GCP? Unfortunately, no, as I said before, but I hope that in the future we will have some programs. We'll get the certificate. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Does the certificate have a date of expiry? No. Unfortunately, no. And yeah, here is one more interesting question connected with versions of foundation level. So, Certified Tester Foundation Level version 4.0 was released on May 9, 2023. It is reasonable to pass the exam for previous version 3.1 while the current version is valid. So it is valid till the next year. Either a choice between version 4 or version 3 that I can pass right now. Okay, yeah. Uh, you have 1 year to pass and get certification using previous version. But now you can choose the newest version. And from my point of view, uh, the new version is more modern because there are a lot of DevOps mindsets, agile, test automation. So it is better uh, to read the latest version and pass the certification with this version. But you will have option to get certification with the previous, at least until the next year. But if you already have a certification with previous version, like me, so you don't need to get the new version. So it is not required. So, oh, here is some interesting question. So, could you share some more details about the expert level certification and its difficulties? Yeah, we have expert level only at core stream, and they both connected with test management. So first of all, you need to pass test manager advanced certification, and then you can start certification in test management sphere or improving test process. As I remember, ISTQB changed some process, some processes connected with this certification. Previously, they had, as I remember, 16 questions and 3 open questions, and you should write an essay for each, not each, for 2 of them, and they will analyze your essay. But as I remember now, they they removed open questions, so they have only single choice and multi-select choice. And of course, in the future, I would like to get this certification. Okay, let's move on to YouTube. Is it? So sorry. Is it worth trying to get a basic certification if there is no commercial experience in QA? Yeah, you can get it because foundation level, it is mostly about theory. Yeah, so you can learn some theory using some courses or videos and get this certification and probably this certificate will help you to find a new job. What would it take for ISTQB certifications to be interesting for employers and have weight? Could you please rephrase this question? I unfortunately, sorry, I didn't get it. So, hi Eugene, do you have some mock exam sites to recommend? So, I can recommend. Of course, I can recommend some sites from exam providers, and because they have the latest versions of mock exams. You can find a lot of papers on internet or some applications, but you cannot be sure that they are up to date. So that's why I highly recommend to open istqb.org, find exam providers, and get mock exam using these exam providers. Can you please recommend any specific program courses to prepare to certification? You know, I can recommend. I could say that I can recommend my courses and myself as a mentor, but I, I, I wouldn't do it. Yeah, you can find accredited training providers and their trainings, so they will be 100% guarantee up-to-date information. Because even my information, so even my information is not confirmed by the ISTQB. So I cannot propose you myself as a mentor. Yeah, because they didn't review my content. So I'm trying to do some content and align it with ISTQB, but there are no guarantee. Yeah. How would you prepare for exam that has very little materials from online? Would you rely on provide literature in syllabus? Yeah, I can highly recommend books of Rex Black. So he has books for, I believe, for all advanced core modules and of course foundation, and they are really helpful. And speaking about test management certification, yeah, his book helped me a lot. So, but test management book, I believe it is still actual for test management exam, but foundation book is a little bit outdated. So I recommend you to read this book, and after this, you can read the latest syllabus and compare them. Have you personally ever thought about becoming an ISTQB partner? Is it interesting to you? Yeah, I thought about it. Um, yeah, maybe in the future I will participate as a member of some local board, because, as I said before, I am a QA evangelist, and uh, I would like to make our industry even better, and probably with some member board working together, we can do it. Yeah. Mhm. Boom, boom, boom. So, mhm. Yeah, I believe that's it. Thank you, guys, very much for attending this event. So I hope you learned some new information about our industry. So have a nice day, evening, and finally, I can play the new Zelda game. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. See you soon.